Hello everyone, I am here today to share a quick demonstration. I don't want to say tutorial because honestly I think this is going to be more of a quick simulation on how to make this cute little house book. So a while back I had another house book stencil that I had put out. It was probably one of the first stencils I did, and it was a template to make this really cute house book. But I discontinued it because it just kind of died off, and I wanted to revisit this concept anyway and make something a little bit better. And then at the same time, recently, my friend KP over at ArtFoamies, we were working on a collection together of people, these little calendar girls that look like this. And we were talking about how to create these and what kind of stencil we could use with them. And I had been saying, you know, I have this book idea, and we were both saying it would be great to have a house that they could live in or be housed in. And so that's kind of where this stencil idea came about. Now, this is the stencil, and it really can be used by anyone for a myriad of possibilities. It has great shapes in here for just general stenciling. You get a bird, you get a flower, you get some little marks and halos, you get a botanical. I mean, there's like tons of little individual images on here that are just fun to use in general. And then you also get this template to make a book cover should you want to do that. And a lot of people are buying this up to work with our collaboration as well, but anybody can buy this stencil and anybody can make this book. So it's really, really simple. I just used really inexpensive, thick watercolor paper, and I went ahead and painted that and then traced. I guess I'm just gonna show you from start to finish. And then I traced it with a pencil and I cut it out. And then I stenciled on to the front of the book all the different marks and designs that I wanted to use. So initially the idea is that this circle could be a window, but it could also be a moon or just a design. You could turn this into a flower. It's really up to you. And then, you know, eventually I'll probably put some more paint or watercolors on the back of this. So in my original book, I had created a pocket. So there's the pocket on the stencil, which is right here. And it has a little space there for, you know, whatever. These are really awesome months of the year over at ArtFoamies. These are stamps, so I knew I wanted to use those on this project. And the doors, I simply just made the doors, stencil them 2 different ways on some paper, and then I just used washi tape to attach them. It's always good to put it on both sides, but in this case I just did it on one. So I'm going to be creating spreads every month in here with an actual calendar girl. But again, these books are great for anything. You know, you can journal and just use them the way that you use all of your art journals or bullet journals, writing. It doesn't really matter. Recipes could be good in here. But it's a super fun structure. So all I did again is I found some watercolor paper and I got my covers started. And then I used my cover as a template, and I just, instead of hand tracing the template, you know, a million times, I'm lazy. I just held this up and was careful not to keep trimming it and trimmed it around papers into a house shape. So I have some papers here. and this is the back to my book. Okay, so basically once I'm done, everything can be the exact same size, and then I, you know, punched holes. I have a Crop-A-Dile where I punched the holes. The Crop-A-Dile is a tool. You don't have to have it. This is a more expensive tool that's all in one, so it has the hole puncher here. And the nice thing about this is that you can go through, you know, like 10 or 15 pages and just punch the hole. And then up in front, you can slide this down, and then you have the eyelet setter that comes down, and you can set your eyelets. So I have some eyelets here, and I'll list some links in case you're interested in purchasing these colors or this tool. But these eyelets just go right inside and crunch down. I will do a demo because it took me a little while to figure out how to get these to work. So basically you put it in the front of where you want it to be. This is the back of my cover. And I'm just going to set it on the bottom of the eyelet setter. And I'm going to squeeze this handle. Get it in there. I really need to stand up to get a strong squeeze. And it will smash the eyelet in, and you have it on your cover. So I'll do that one more time. And these eyelets I found that just had a bunch of the colors that I liked. So I'll put the link in the description on this video in case you like the colors. That one didn't go so well. I felt it jiggle, but that's okay. So next, you're gonna need some binder clips to attach all your pages. And I'll talk about the pages in a minute. So you can find these anywhere. I got these at Staples, but I know there's tons of options out there. And it's, you know, if you're going to make one of these books, you don't have to get the eyelet setters by any means, or a Crop-A-Dile. You could just punch holes and leave it like that. I just like using the eyelet setters because I am going to be working in these books, and it just strengthens the hole and protects it from you know, tearing or that kind of thing. Especially if there's going to be like a lot of use, then, you know, you kind of want to make sure that you get it, you know, covered. So it just kind of protects it. Now for the pages, you can use any pages you want. Because I knew I was going to be doing art journaling in this book, I did want more of a cardstock paper or a paper that was going to handle some mixed media collage. But I didn't have time to create a bunch of paper ahead of time to put in here, which I normally do for my journals. But what I realized is I have a ton of these really awesome packs from Tim Holtz. They're part of his Idea-Ology line with Advantis. And these are really great packs. They're called backdrops. I think he does them every release now. And they have all kinds of colors and pages. Of course, it's very vintagey because it's Idea-Ology. But I love everything vintage. And they're really, really cool. I think this one is a Halloween theme. They have a Christmas themed one. They have so many. So many styles. They had one that's kind of like all just vintage papers. One that's all, again, Christmas, rainbowy kind of papers. They have tons of styles. So, you know, for me, I just wanted, I think this was from one of the more rainbow colored ones. So I just went through and picked a bunch that kind of went together and put them side by side. Just, you know, to get it started. So I had something that's, you know, kind of ready to go. And, you know, as I work in it, when I go to work, I can tone it down with a little bit of paint, but I've got something going on the underside. So it just gets me started. So it was a great way to get the book done so that I can go and work on it. Because for this project, for me, I am going to be working on here for my collaboration with ArtFoamies. And I wanted it made ahead of time, because if I had to make and set up pages every month, I might put it off, or I might not be feeling it or whatever. So this way it's all done. I have enough spreads for a year, because I plan to do one spread per month. So that is how I got everything put together. I mean, it's really a simple no-brainer kind of structure. And then I tied some strings on here. I have some ribbons. I did watercolor some of my new key stencils, which I thought would be so appropriate for this project. But of course, like, they are kind of getting a little bent up because it's right on the spine. And, you know, you could put grommets in here. You know, I could have done 3 if I wanted. I just did 2. I kept them kind of about the same amount apart here. And I just left like 1/8 of an inch here so that it didn't come out right away. And, you know, now once I have the cover kind of done, you know, I stenciled on here through the stencil with some acrylic paint. Now I can go through and kind of add some designs and doodles and marks that just kind of bring it all together, which is a nice thing about playing with the stencils. I really like to use them as kind of a little backdrop for me to then go and do little marks and designs and that sort of thing. So that's pretty much all I did to make this book, but there's so many options. I might come back on and show you some other ways to use the stencil. But I just wanted to pop on and give you, you know, a quick little tutorial because some people were asking. And I just thought, well, it couldn't hurt to kind of put one on here. And in fact, going forward, I am going to try and do more how to kind of demo videos with my stencils, because I do get a lot of questions sometimes on how did you get that to work the way that you did? How can you make that with that stencil? So I just thought it couldn't hurt to pick some themes or ideas and pop on here a little more frequently with some how-to videos with the stencils, so that if you buy it, you can come on over here and maybe you'll find a video that helps you use your stencils to their full capacity. So anyway, this is the Home is Where the Art Is stencil. I will put all the links in the description for you in case you want to join us for the Calendar Girl project. It's going to be really fun. We're going to be releasing quarterly stamps that can all be mix and match. So each collection every quarter can be mixed with the previous collection. And by the end of the year, you will have 4 sets of stamps and motifs that will work together. And we're going to be playing with them in these books. So it's a really fun collaboration. So you can go to ArtFoamies and check those out too. All right. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to jump back on here again and share some more fun ideas.